Hello YouTube and welcome back to another episode of Salt Mechanics. This is live on the docks here in Norway, and I can tell you right now that you are actually high up in the sky, if you didn't know, and you're dropping slowly down towards the docks. I can tell you another thing as well, you're actually inside my mind right now. Can you imagine? This is my thoughts. I just needed to bring you guys in because this episode is going to be a little bit different, you see. It's not going to be about fixing things. It's actually going to be about not figuring stuff out. And yeah, that is frustrating, being a mechanic, I mean. And if you see that little dot down at the docks in between the boats, that's me, just laying flat out. Yeah, I needed a timeout, I guess. And I'm holding a gearbox. I'm about to install it. But, you know, all I hear is weird noises. It may come from the gearbox itself or somewhere else, I don't know. But let's just go back to the beginning, shall we? Yeah. That's not a sound you want to hear. Backwards, no problem. Forward, you have this higher pitched noise. Might be something wrong with the bearings, I'm not sure. But it's working well. But since we did some work here last year, I think I don't have a choice. I think I just have to take it out and see if there's anything we can do. All right. So the situation is, last year we took the gearbox out of the boat in order to fix a problem with the cone. The cone basically works like a clutch. Whenever you want your boat to move forward or backwards, that's the part of the gearbox that does that for you. We fixed that, no problem. But then later on, the customer heard this noise that we just heard when testing it. And that's not a good thing. It came sort of sometime after this repair, so there might be something that we did wrong when putting the gearbox back together, or we have like a wear and tear situation going on. Maybe some of the bearings needs to be replaced. We didn't do that last time because it's not necessarily something you do when fixing a cone problem. But we did take the gearbox apart, so I definitely do have some responsibility here. The question is, what is really wrong with it? And if we can't fix it, is it possible to get a new one? No question, the customer should have a gearbox that works, you know. I talked to Tom, my colleague, and he's been around. He knows a lot of things about a lot of things, and he said, be a little bit careful when working with these gearboxes, because sometimes when putting them back together, stuff like this can happen and you don't really know what's causing the problems. So be careful. Not good news. But I don't have a choice. Now I have to figure out what's wrong with it. So yeah, let's do it. So just to give you an idea of what we're talking about here, this is the housing for the gearbox, and inside here you'll find all the different parts. Up here you see the cone that we talked about, and way up here you have the shims that we use to basically tighten everything or give the different parts a little bit more slack. It's all about clearance. You don't want things to be too tight, but you know, you want it to be just right. So we may do some changes regarding that, so that we don't have any moving parts that are not supposed to be moving. And we might change some bearings as well. So that's the plan.
So welcome back to the beginning. I've been thinking a little bit, if we still hear this sound after I mounted this gearbox on the engine, I think it's time to lift the boat just to see what's underneath. But hopefully it's not going to come to that. Alright, let's go. Let's start it up and see.
Sounds a bit strange still. That's a shame. Yeah, I don't know.
You can see that I disconnected the shaft right there from the gearbox, so now the gearbox is isolated from the propeller, the shaft and everything. So let me start it up and let's see. You hear that? It's a totally different sound. So, you know, we might have a case where the gearbox works, you know, on its own, but as soon as we demand a little bit more from it, as soon as we connect the shaft and the propeller and everything, we get this sound. So, do we have a problem with the gearbox not handling that extra pressure? Or is it something else?
Det är så gøy alltså.
Okay, I was just on phone with the customer, and you know, this is a difficult talk to have. It's just so difficult to figure out where this sound is coming from. We tried so many different things now, and we are at a point where it's hard to say. We thought, you know, this is something that we can fix. We've done it before many times. It shouldn't be a problem. And then again, it's not possible to get a new gearbox right now. If that was a possibility, I would have done that some time ago, actually, just to sort of clarify everything. If that was the problem, he would have gotten a new gearbox. We would have figured out a deal. If not, I could just take the gearbox back and put it on the shelf and sell it another day. But we don't have that luxury option, actually. So we just need to be a little bit creative. And I sat down with the customer and I said, okay, you need to change a few parts here anyway. The seal around the shaft on the inside of the boat should have been changed a few years ago. So let's do that. You talked about getting a new propeller, you know, and why don't we just do that? And then if we still have the same sound after everything is changed from the gearbox to the propeller, we can figure out a deal when it comes to the gearbox. So now the plan is to just rip everything out and then install new stuff. So let's do it. All right.
My husband stays home. He is home right now. He helps.
5 simple things you can do every day that will help improve your spoken English and help you get, well, unstuck so you can
just the best, you know, being up here early in the morning, watching other people work. A good way to start the day. But I guess it's time for me to go back to work as well. Let's go. So now I have a bunch of things going on at the same time. So I had to talk to Tom to see if he might have time to finish the gearbox job, which is now all about changing the shaft, the propeller and all of that stuff. Because I have so many other things going on. Like this boat right here. We're doing something on the sail drive. This just came in. We got a bunch of stuff going on here. I might film whatever we do here. And this is also a case that needs my attention. So, you know, it's just so much going on at the same time. So we'll see. But now let's go and check out what's going on this gearbox job. Hello, Linus.
Hello.
We are actually ready to put this one on the water. So yeah, we got a new propeller on right now. The customer is going to be happy about this one. He wanted something better, and now he's got this flexible 3 blades and it folds in and out, so it's a lot better for this boat. New shaft and the new bearing is in place. All right, here goes. What? Oh no. So not only do we still have the sound, but when I want the boat to go forward, it goes backwards. It's just never ending. What is going on? Well, I do think I know what's going on. We probably got the wrong propeller from the dealer. I know I ordered a propeller that goes right, but I must have gotten the one that goes to the left. And on most Yanmar engines, it goes to the right. So I need to phone them up and see what on earth is going on. But we still have the sound, so you know, it's just a mess. And it's raining, of course. All right, I just need a new propeller. That's it.
Looks like the rain's coming. Well, hey there. Thanks for joining me. We're actually sitting in a 365 here. You have one on your swivel bracket. the same thing on both sides.
Something about, you know, just watching other people work. Justin Lee, he's a mechanic from the United States, Clearwater. If you want to check him out, I can leave a link in the description so you can see what he is about. So I think I want to end the episode right here. I'm tired. I need to sort of reset my brain. We still haven't found any answers, but I promise you, we will come back to this in the next episode. So I will see you then. If you have any questions, leave a comment in the comment section. All right, bye-bye.